Look who could testify before Congress about Obama Muslim spy ring, Barack's shaking like a leaf. McDaniel. The plot thickens as the depths to which the scandals in D.C. go just keep getting deeper. Unless we have finally achieved a point where Washington is utterly above the law, and our justice system has been completely neutered or rendered useless, it is time to see some indictments. The sheer probability that all the accusations and evidence against Obama, Lynch, Hillary, Huma, Podesta, Wasserman Schultz, Comey, and a bevy of others are nothing but fantasies cooked up by their political opponents must be astronomical. If justice exists in D.C., it's way past time for it to show its head. Apparently that thought has occurred to Ronna Romney McDaniel, chair of the RNC, as she has called on former DNC chair Debbie Wasserman Schultz to testify before Congress after her longtime IT staffer just got arrested for bank fraud as he was attempting to flee the country. McDaniel is obviously partisan, however the congressional committee would be bipartisan, thereby eliminating the charge that the investigation would be run just by the Republicans. McDaniel made the explosive demand in an exclusive interview with Breitbart News via phone on Wednesday afternoon, after news broke Tuesday night that Wasserman Schultz's IT staffer for more than a decade was caught trying to flee the country by federal law enforcement agents after wiring hundreds of thousands of dollars to Pakistan. I think Congress needs to open an investigation into what this staffer had access to figure out what information he had on the hard drives he took a hammer to, why he was fleeing the country, McDaniel told Breitbart News. There are just so many questions with this individual and his family members who received over $4 million of taxpayer money between 2005 and 2009. We need to get to the bottom of it. It's very sad that the mainstream media is not talking about this at all. It shows the bias. McDaniel makes some good points. She also alludes to the fact that the mainstream media is largely ignoring this due to its obvious leftist bias. That is true, but these are private news organizations, and they are unlikely to change their approach as long as enough liberals listen in or buy their newspapers to keep the mainstream media firms profitable. It's a sad fact of life, but it simply means that conservatives must just work that much harder to compete in the arena of ideas. Wasserman Schultz does have a lot of explaining to do. No doubt her concern and those of her compatriots is that she might be compelled to reveal information that leads to a web of malfeasance in which many of those compatriots would be caught up. Compatriots such as Obama and Clinton for starters. Debbie Wasserman Schultz absolutely needs to testify and explain why this individual was on taxpayer-funded payroll until yesterday, as he was fleeing the country, on top of the fact that they had removed his access to congressional computers in February, McDaniel said. So she knew he was under investigation, she knew something was wrong, and she kept him on payroll. So we need to figure out what she knew, why she was protecting this person, and figure out what he did with important government information. If the justice system would like to be respected, something that is assumed to be the case, then it is time for aggressive, thorough, and impartial investigations to commence that result in indictments. The constant politicization of every potential criminal issue only leads Americans to conclude that most everyone in Washington is crooked to one degree or another, and this does the nation no good at all. The media can make all the noises it wants on both sides of the issue. The justice system must not be a media-driven organization but the truth-driven one, practicing solid, proven investigative techniques. If Congress wants to hold hearings to discover facts that help, fine. But it's time to see justice in action. Source: Breitbart. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe Breaking News 365 channel. Goodbye and see you again.